This is the Hold Report for Monday, December 29th, 2025. The land of our nation. Volodymyr Zelenskyy left Trump Island on Sunday, saying Ukraine and the United States had agreed on the military elements of a 20-point peace plan and were 90% of the way to a deal. The remaining 10% is the hard part. Territory. Any concessions, he said, would require a referendum. It's their land, not the land of one person. It's the land of our nation. The current plan offers 15 years of U.S. security guarantees, historically enough time for a major power to rebuild. Post-World War I Germany, post-World War II Soviet Union, and post-Soviet Russia each took 15 to 20 years after wars to project force again. The guarantee is keeping time with the Russian clock while snoozing the Ukrainian one. A fraction of the 50 years that Ukraine has requested, and a far cry from the indefinite, standing commitment of NATO. The meeting came one day after Russian missiles struck Kyiv, and hours after Kyiv struck a Russian oil refinery. Before meeting with Zelenskyy, Donald Trump chatted with Vladimir Putin and emerged from the call claiming that the man bombing Ukraine wants to see Ukraine succeed. Putin, for his part, continues to demand Ukraine withdraw from the remaining Donbas territories still under Kyiv's control. American markets are closing 2025 near record highs. The S&P 500 is up 17.8% for the year and marking its third consecutive year of double-digit returns. The dollar tells a different story. The index has fallen about 9.5% against major currencies, its steepest annual decline since 2017. That weakness, driven by Fed rate cuts and tariff-induced volatility earlier in the year, has supercharged commodities priced in greenbacks. Silver hit $83.62 an ounce early Monday before whipsawing into the mid-70s and back. Even after the turbulence, the precious metal is up about 180% for the year. Copper surged toward $13,000 a ton in London, its biggest annual gain since 2009, as mine disruptions and tariff fears push metal into American warehouses. Gold, trading around $4,500, is on track for its best year since 1979. The metals rally has global tailwinds. South Korea's Kospi surged 61% in 2025, its strongest year since 1999, and the best performance of any major stock index worldwide. Samsung and SK Hynix, riding the AI chip supercycle, drove most of the gains. Across the Taiwan Strait, Beijing launched Justice Mission 2025 military drills encircling the island with live fire exercises. The provocations followed an $11.1 billion U.S. arms sale to Taipei and remarks from Japan's Prime Minister that Tokyo could intervene militarily. Taiwan's stock market, unfazed, rose to a record. Back in Washington, Wall Street's old guard is enjoying a comeback. After a decade of watching private credit funds invade their turf, traditional banks are reclaiming ground as regulatory winds shift and deal flow returns. Private credit is having its worst year relative to equities since 2020. The Justice Department, meanwhile, is unironically using the False Claims Act to investigate diversity programs at Google, Verizon, and other major companies, treating DEI initiatives as potential fraud against federal contracts. In Silicon Valley, AI startups have amassed a $150 billion funding cushion. Databricks CEO Ali Ghodsi called portions of the market a huge, insane bubble, noting that companies worth billions with zero revenue are now commonplace. 12 months from now, he predicted, it'll be much, much, much worse. The year ends with American equities at highs and the dollar at lows. Peace 90% agreed. Silver up 180%. Territory contested on every front. The Donbas, the Taiwan Strait, the credit markets, the courtroom, and the same question everywhere. Whose land and who decides? 3 trading days remain.